actually make your baby smarter while you're pregnant. Now, most people assume it's all genetic, so smart parents make smart babies, and that's the whole story. And honestly, genetics does account for a big chunk of intelligence, somewhere between 50 and 80%. But what about the other 20 to 50%? That's shaped by environment, including the things that you do during pregnancy that literally influence how your baby's brain forms and how those genes get expressed. So yes, genetics matter, but it's not all that matters. There's so much room for you to support, strengthen, and optimize your baby's brain development before they're even born. But since you are watching a video about how to make your baby smarter, I'm going to go ahead and assume that you are super intelligent. And with that assumption, you can go ahead and check off the genetics box. So with genetics checked off the list, let's talk about the part that you can influence, the science-backed things you can do during pregnancy that boost early cognitive development, memory, attention, problem solving, and long-term brain health. So let's get into it. By the way, I'm Diana. I'm a physician assistant and a mom of 4, and on this channel, we talk about pregnancy, women's health, babies, and just being a mama. So if you are new here, let me know in the comment section below if you are pregnant now, and if so, how far along you are. And if you feel like it, hit the subscribe button. But either way, let's jump into the video. Your baby's brain is basically building itself out of DHA and omega-3 fats that's essential for vision, the nervous system, and all of those early neural connections. So from about 20 weeks to birth, your baby is pulling in huge amounts of DHA straight from your bloodstream. This is peak brain building season, and the research backs this up. Babies of moms who get enough DHA during pregnancy tend to have better attention, memory, and problem-solving skills later in childhood. Foods like salmon, sardines, trout, DHA fortified eggs, and prenatals that include around 300 to 600 milligrams of DHA are all great ways to get it. We always talk about omega-3s like it's the only omega that exists, but there are actually tons of omegas: omega-5, omega-6, omega-7, 9, 11, 12. Now your body makes its own omega-9, so it's not considered essential, and most of the other omegas aren't nutritionally important for human development. The only two that really matter for your baby's brain is omega-3 and omega-6, and here's where it gets interesting. Imagine that your baby's brain is a building, and in order to get into that building, you have to have a parking spot. Now, omega-3 and omega-6 share the same parking spots in your cells. They literally compete. And because the modern diet is loaded with omega-6 from vegetable oils, fried foods, packaged snacks, omega-6 fills up most of the spaces first, leaving omega-3, so DHA, which is the brain builder, standing on the sidewalk like, hey, hello, I would like to enter the brain, please. Now, this is why balance matters. In nature, humans evolve with a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-2 omega-3 to omega-6 ratio. But today, most people are sitting at 1-to-15 or even 1-to-20. And the research backs this up. In 2019, in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, they found that kids of moms with high omega-6 to omega-3 ratio had poorer language and memory scores. Not because omega-6 is bad, but because it crowds the omega-3s out. Which means the best thing that you can do during pregnancy is simple: boost your omega-3s, especially DHA, because that helps balance the omega-6, which we all get plenty of already, and suddenly your baby's brain gets exactly what it needs. And while DHA gets all of the attention, choline is like the underrated supporting actress doing half the work behind the scenes. Choline helps build the baby's memory centers, supports healthy neural tube development, and improves information processing. A major Cornell study found that moms who consumed higher amounts of choline had babies with significantly faster processing speed. Eggs, especially the yolk, beef, chicken, cruciferous vegetables, and some prenatals all help you to get your levels up. Most women need about 2 eggs a day plus prenatal support to come close to optimal levels. Okay, now quick pause. If you're into the science behind pregnancy and you want the same clarity for birth itself, my birth prep course, Own My Birth, is open. It's everything you need to feel prepared. Evidence-based tools, what to expect in the hospital, how to cope, how to advocate, all in simple, calm language. I'll put the link in the video description so you can check it out, but now let's get back to the science. Now this next part might surprise you. Your workouts actually help your baby's brain grow. Moderate exercise increases blood flow and oxygen to the placenta, which fuels fetal brain development. Babies of mom who exercise during pregnancy show more mature brain activity at birth, better stress regulation, and even improved problem-solving skills by 1 year old. Walking, prenatal yoga, swimming, and light strength training all count. Even 20 minutes a day, a few times a week, makes a difference. This isn't about fitness, it's about supporting your baby's neurologic development. Sleep is another huge one. When you sleep, growth hormone peaks, placental blood flow improves, cortisol resets, and nutrients transfer more efficiently. Fragmented sleep is normal in pregnancy, but chronic, severe sleep deprivation can increase inflammation, and inflammation isn't great for baby neural development. So do what you can. Lean into the left side sleeping position, use a pregnancy pillow, keep your room cool, and try to get to bed early. Now, I've done a whole video all about sleeping in pregnancy, which I will link to right here. But remember, your baby's brain grows while you rest. Now let's talk about stress. Your emotional world communicates directly with your baby's nervous system. Short-term stress is totally fine, and that's part of life, but long-term chronic stress is where we see an impact. High sustained cortisol levels can cross the placenta and influence things like emotional regulation, temperament, sleep patterns, and long-term stress response. A 2019 study even showed subtle differences in brain development in babies exposed to ongoing maternal stress. Not damage, but changes. So what helps? Deep breathing, walking, prenatal yoga, talking to someone, mindfulness, and reducing your mental stress load where you can. Now, you don't have to eliminate stress. That seems next to impossible. You just need small moments where your body can reset. Also, talking, reading, and music can make a real difference. By 25 weeks, your baby's auditory system is well developed, and they actually start learning from what they hear. Studies show that babies remember repeated stories, familiar voices, and even certain melodies after birth. So, talk to your baby, read to them, sing to them, narrate your day. It's simple and it's very powerful. Now let's touch on the things that can negatively affect brain development. You already know the big ones: alcohol, smoking, vaping, recreational drugs, and very high levels of mercury fish. But research adds a few more. Very high omega-6 diet with low omega-3 intake, which we've already talked about, uncontrolled diabetes, severe chronic sleep deprivation, and very high caffeine intake. That doesn't mean no caffeine at all. Research shows that up to 200 milligrams of caffeine a day is safe. Also remember that your baby's placenta matters too. It's your baby's entire life support system. So a healthy placenta delivers more oxygen and nutrients, which supports brain growth. So DHA, antioxidants, iron, hydration, and moderate exercise all keeps the placenta functioning at its best. You're not just feeding yourself, you're feeding a placenta that feeds your baby's brain. And finally, the most important brain booster is you. A mom who feels supported, safe, and confident creates the most optimal environment for her baby's brain to thrive. Your well-being isn't separate from your baby's development. So to recap, the biggest science-backed ways to support your baby's brain are: get enough DHA, get enough choline, move your body, sleep when you can, manage stress, talk to your baby, avoid the things that decrease development, and support a healthy placenta. And keep in mind that you don't have to do all of that perfectly. You just need to be informed and then do your very best. Now, if you're new to my channel and you liked this video, I've actually done an entire pregnancy series walking you through pregnancy week by week. It's very detailed. I go over baby developments, pregnancy symptoms, and how to help with them, what to expect at your OB appointments, and so much more. I will link to that playlist right here. Go click on it, find the week that you are at, maybe watch a few of the earlier videos just to get caught up. So click right there, and I will see you over there.